Hello, everyone. My name is Jacinta. Hello, Right With Me family. Hello, Beyond the Book Media family. If you guys are just coming in, come on in the room. We have a special edition of actually Meet the Family. That's what we'll be doing all this week. So I get to kick it off as well. But I have an amazing topic. As I wrote in my description, I have an amazing topic about your expertise, but as well about books. Tonight, what I want to talk to you guys about, first off, bring your friends, tag a friend, let me know where you're joining me from in the comments. But yeah, get your friends in here tonight because they're not going to want to miss this word. Hi, Diva Cole. Hi. And yeah, drop me a comment as you join. Let me know where you're joining from. I look forward to seeing you guys. But guys, like I said, I have a word for you tonight. The topic that I want to talk to you guys about is how share wisdom that God gave you. So let's talk about that tonight. First and foremost, let me go ahead on this Meet the Family kickoff night. And all right, Diva Nicole, I see you from Buffalo, New York. Guys, drop your comments and where you're from. Would love to say hi and shout you out. Um, but let me go ahead and introduce myself. I am Jacinta Martin. I am your operations manager with Beyond the Book Media. And that's basically where I manage our publishing process, literally from start to finish, and with our amazing team that we have. And you guys will get a chance to get introduced to them as well. I see ATL is watching. Hi, guys. Listen, be sure to click the StreamYard link to be able to see your comments. You got to connect with StreamYard so we can see your name and comments, guys, if you haven't already done so. But yeah, we even got Buffalo, New York in the house from Diva Nicole, like I mentioned earlier. But guys, as well as operations manager, I also happen to be the creator of a blog called Fruitful Gems and even a podcast called Polished Gems, where I basically teach people how to heal and rebuild from pain and trauma in their lives, but actually using the 9 fruits of God's spirit. God laid that heavily on my heart, not only because of what I went through personally, but because I know I'm not alone. So guys, here's, like I said, I'm sharing with you guys tonight on Meet the Family one gem of information about how you can help others by sharing the wisdom that God gave you. So, guys, keep dropping me those comments. Let me know where you're joining me from so I can say hi to you as well. If you have not already done so for this Meet the Family, please invite your friends, anybody who needs to write a book and even to hear a message that God has for them tonight. Ask them to join, guys. So, guys, like I said, I have been working with Beyond the Book Media and even Chanel Martin since the start and inception of Beyond the Book Media, and even in capacities before this as well. Guys, I'm also an author, so I get it. When we talk about books here at Beyond the Book Media, we are not just telling you to write a book because we haven't been in your shoes. We've actually done it, and myself included. I've written a devotional, been a part of an anthology, and even wrote a novel called The Fragmented Soul, guys. So here I have a question for you guys all joining me tonight. Have you ever asked God for wisdom regarding a thing and actually received? So let me know, yes or no. I'm trying to get a feel here. So, guys, leave me a comment to that question. I'm going to ask that question one more time, guys, for anybody just joining me. Have you ever asked God for wisdom regarding something and actually received it? So let me know. Thank you so much for the compliment, guys. Um yeah, I'm trying out a new do as well. So thank you very much for that comment. Guys, be sure to see your name pop up on our screen. Make sure you're connected with StreamYard as well. Okay, guys? Make sure you do that for us so we can see your name and shout you out. And thank you, ATL, for watching tonight. We are so grateful to have you all here. Hi, Sonia. I see you. Hello. We got a hello. Yeah, guys, drop me a yes or a no in the comments to the question that I asked. I asked, have you ever asked God for wisdom regarding something and actually received it? I kind of want to get a feel here because you guys got to talk to me. It's like school and class. I got to be able to get some feedback as well. So feel free to share your answers for me. All right, I got it. My first yes. Come on. Come on. God is good. Okay, Sonia. You said yes. I love this. All right. Yes, guys. So, like I said, I'm super excited to share with you about this one gem that God gave me regarding how you can help, um, how I can actually help you gain insight on how you can help others, right? Sharing wisdom that God has given you, right? Thanks, Stephen Nicole. I said yes to my question. Thanks for participating, guys. I really appreciate it. So let me explain why this topic and what I want you to do. Not only invite your friends who need to hear this message as well. What I want you to do is so you can also gain more access to our Meet the Family that are coming up even after me. What I want you to be able to do is over to mapyourbookout.com. As you see, is at the bottom of my screen because we're getting ready to have another 3-day writing challenge. So, guys, I want you to be able to participate with these Meet the Family sessions, but I also want you to be able to participate with all the fun activities that we have lined up for you guys. We are super excited for yet another Map Your Book Out because this one, there, God has a particular thing on his heart every single time that we do it. Not only do we get to help authors realize that they can write a book, or even people who never dreamed of being an author write a book, but we also get a chance to share our expertise and share our wisdom through books. So, guys, let me get back to this gem that I keep on mentioning and as well. So, let me give you some background context about why this particular gem. One, I was actually sitting in my quiet time with God and I was reading about King Solomon. Now, King Solomon is, of course, the son of David. And the story actually comes from Second Chronicles 1:18 through 13. And I began reflecting on his prayer for wisdom. Those who may or may not know, let me explain. Instead of asking for riches, for glory, for possessions, and just honor, King Solomon asked God for wisdom in order to properly rule and steward and administer justice to God's people. Now, this is an interesting request, right? You would assume that as king, you think finances, you would think, honor to your name and things like that would have been a great request. But King Solomon actually asked for wisdom. So let me explain why this was a wonderful thing, guys. The this prayer that King Solomon actually had must have came from a really pure place. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that the Bible actually goes on to say that God not only granted Solomon the wisdom that for, but also added to him the Bible even says that his wealth was greater than the kings before him and even after him. Okay. So if isn't favor, I don't know what is. And a lot of times you hear us say that favor ain't fair. Well, this was a demonstration of why favor wasn't fair. When it comes from a pure place, best believe, and after the heart of God, God could get with Solomon on wanting to administer justly to his people because he would treat them as any good father treats their children, right? So, this is why he was willing to give him above and beyond. But we also find that out in different verses in the Bible as well. You can look in Matthew when it says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things shall be added unto you." So, we get this Bible verse as well, right? But I want to dive a little deeper into wisdom, right? Because God blesses us with different expertise. Some of you joining me tonight, wherever you're from, you guys have expertise in different things. You have giftings that God has given you in many different things, right? For instance, there's some of you on here who have done real estate for years. There's some of you on here who do construction. There are some of you on here who also do graphic design and are amazing artists. There are some of you on here who just so many different things, amazing doctors in science and just smart in different capacities as well. We're given these gifts, different expertise. But what I want to talk about tonight is the wisdom that God gives with this. So, for let's first define this. Let's first define wisdom. Wisdom is defined according to dictionary.com as soundness of an action, right? Or decision with regard to the application of your experience, your knowledge, and good judgment. I even wanted to dig a little deeper, right? Because that's great. That talks about our expertise and how we can use it and things of that nature and where it stems from. Also talk about wise. So wise is defined in Merriam-Webster's dictionary as this: it is evidencing or hinting at the possession of inside information, otherwise known as a knowing. Now, this made my soul leap. Let me explain why. When it comes to God and we sit and we ask for wisdom and he gives us wisdom, and I'm going to use real estate for example because I also do real estate as well as blog on this side. My thing is this: I'm constantly asking God for wisdom when it comes to the real estate market. I am constantly asking Him, even as operations manager of Beyond the Book Media, for wisdom regarding our authors, regarding our clients, even regarding you guys tonight on the message that was on His heart. Because at the end of the day, what Beyond the Book Media does is we want to send forth God's word that His will be done here on earth as it is declared in heaven regarding your books. So I am very mindful, even as operations manager, each and every person's book, each and every person's story, because your expertise, your skills, and your giftings, God, are worth it to be shared. So, what's the one gem that I want to give you tonight? Y'all wait for it. Here it is. The one gem that I want to give y'all tonight is this. And I promise you, tag your friends because they're going to want to hear this. Make sure they come into the replay as well and leave me a hashtag replay and where you're from. And even be sure to answer my other question that I had as well. But yes, the one gem is this: give wisdom as generously as it was given to you by God. That's really it. I know that sounds super simple. And I know you guys are like, wait a minute, you had us built up for that? Yes. Let me explain why. What the reason why I want you to, and this is one gem. A lot of times, as business owners, right, when we have to sit at God's feet and we have to learn and we have to grow and we have to wrestle with the things that God says for us to do, meaning like if God goes, hey, I need you to write a book, and you go, well, what am I going to write about? Right? That's what I mean by sitting at his feet and you're back and forth questions. And then he tells you the topic. For instance, I'm going to use an example. Let's say he gives you real estate and wants you to share your expertise, what you've learned about the market, what you've learned about other things. Now, why is this so important? Your wisdom generously as it's been given to you from God. I'm going to give you the biblical example so you don't just say Jacinta said. No, no, no. We're going to go to the Bible. And it says James 1:5 in the Amplified Version. If any of you lacks wisdom to guide you through a decision or circumstance, you can ask God, our benevolent Father, who gives to everyone generously and without rebuke or blame, and it will be given to you. So, if God gives wisdom generously, then we're supposed to do the same. Here's why: He doesn't withhold any good thing from His children. We can sit at His feet and ask after He's instructed us to do something, even if it's to build a business, even if it's to write a book, even if it's to start a webinar, even if it's to start a course. We can go back to Him and ask, how? What's the topic? Who's the people I need to reach? What systems do I need, right? We can get super detailed and God will give us wisdom. I cannot tell you how many times, even when I wrote my novel, that my last book, The Fragmented Soul, I said, God, I've written a devotional. I said, I've been a part of an anthology where I could just write a piece of a book, right? But I've never written a novel. Where do I begin? And I remember God showing me in a dream the topics for my novel. I remember the chapter titles, everything, including the title. And then I said, okay, well, I've never written a novel. Where do I go for that? I remember watching a YouTube video where God showed me how I could actually write a novel. And more so recently have even shared an amazing book and resource with a client of ours in publishing who was also writing a novel. My thing is this is why we're here to share the wisdom that God gives us freely. We're able to share it as well. Now, does freely mean that there aren't some things that you'll end up charging for? There will be. I need for you guys to understand that it can also help you in making a living as well. So don't discount that. Don't think that everything just has to be given away. You run that by God. You run it by God whether your book is supposed to turn into a business or not. You run that by God if your expertise are supposed to be non for or for profit. You run that by God, and I promise you, He'll give you the wisdom regarding that. And He'll even show you how you can help people along the way and along the journey. Okay. So I need you guys to understand that. Now, let me tell you this. Like I just said, God could instruct us to do things in many share our expertise generously. As I mentioned, non for profit is how He'll ask us to minister, to help others and transform lives. But He'll also have us do it where we have courses, we have webinars. We actually, even for me with real estate, show people, connect people with houses as well, right? And with my novel, He even recently showed me how I can create a course to help people overcome trauma and pain, and even start to heal with the nine fruits of His Spirit from a novel. This was nothing I had ever seen coming. This was nothing that I thought I'd ever get a chance to do. So when I tell you God can expand and give us the wisdom generously that we can share with others, He can do that. You just got to start somewhere. So why did I say start somewhere? Well, and let me explain how you can start. You can start with our upcoming writing challenge by going to mapyourbookout.com, because guess what? In our 3-day writing challenge, what we do is help you, we share our wisdom generously with you. And what we do is, if God ever instructed you to share your wisdom and actually place it in a book, we help you with that. It is 3 days of equipping that we do, where we have morning prayer. We also have Hour of Power, which is our midday encouragement workshop. We even offer questions of the day where you can win fabulous, fabulous prizes. The other thing is we have nightly workshops and even writing parties and our speaker workshops are amazing. They get you pumped up. They are spirit filled, just as prayer and Hour of Power are. So we have a Holy Spirit filled packed day, 3 days actually for you guys, where it is so intentional with how to share your expertise. It is so intentional for how to actually get you started. Like, we don't leave you wondering, well, how do I get started? No, no, we give you the tools. In our writing parties, you get the tools to actually get started, to put pen to paper, to share your expertise and to flood out ideas, guys. So we just don't talk about this. We don't just make promises with our 3-day challenges. The thing is, we actually want you to put the work, to share the wisdom generously that God has given you, in your expertise, in your skill set, in the beautiful thing that makes you unique to God, because that's how we are all connected. Guys, we are all connected because someone else needs to know how God did it for you. Someone else needs to know how you started your business with no money. Someone else needs to know how you wrote your book, but weren't sure how the trauma or the deliverance that came from it was going to your family, but you overcame that. We need to know these things, because a lot of times what the enemy wants us to do is feel like he wants us to feel like we're on an island all by ourselves, that no one has been in real estate before, that no one has been a doctor before, that no one's worked in the medical field before us. No, that's not it. And that even if we're the first college student to ones. There are billions of people on the earth. We're not the only ones. But here's the thing, your expertise of how God did it for you can help somebody else. For someone who may not believe that they can get a financing for their business outside of their own pockets, but it happened for you, you're a testimony. Your expertise in that regard of how to overcome sickness or pain or even trauma or family curses, that is helpful to somebody else, guys. So, not only that, think about what you do. If you're a great baker and God has flourished your business of baking, share your expertise. I promise you, there are generations after you. We have to teach the next generation. It's a part of the mandate to continue to share our knowledge, continue to share the things that God has given us as well. Not only that we're a testimony to others, but they can learn how to start a business for themselves. They can learn how to write a book for themselves. So that's what we're doing here with our 3-day challenge coming up. And let me give you those dates. They are coming up in October 1st through the 3rd. We cannot wait. Our team is super excited for what God is getting ready to do with this challenge. We are super excited for all of our speakers that we have gathered and who have graciously agreed to share their expertise with you guys. We also are super excited with our team who is going to pour out the love of God on you guys and definitely help get you started. Our goal is that you actually have something you can work with, something that you can actually share with others. And even let me tell you, because I can even tell you with our publishing clients, it's funny how when they join us here at Beyond the Book Media, that God starts talking to them about what comes next. So let me tell you, it might be a book now, but there's always something next later. God is a God of multiplication. He is a God of more than enough. And we have seen it time and time again. I enjoy hearing the testimonies, not only from our current clients, but from other people, just about what God is doing in their lives. So, guys, if you have a friend who's like, God's been at me about sharing my expertise, or even if it's you, God's been sharing, asking you to write down what you know, share it with the next generation, share it with your neighbor or your family or friends, whoever your book is for. Share generously what God has given you freely. That's my one gem for tonight. So guys, I hope that this has blessed you. I hope that this has been wonderful to hear. And like I said, to learn more about sharing your wisdom with others, to come join us for Map Your Book Out, the 3-day writing challenge, you can go to the link mapyourbookout.com. The challenge begins on October 1st through the 3rd. Now, I do have a few moments. Guys, can you I want to take this time to actually ask another question. I know I keep asking all questions, but I want y'all to participate with me tonight. What expertise do you have that God has given you wisdom in? Can y'all drop that into the comment section for me? I am just super curious because I know God is so good. Like, we all have different expertise in different things. And guys, even if you're not sure what that is, I ask that you go tonight and seek God for what that is. And I pray that He reveals it to you, especially before the week is up. That He look, my camera's trying to go out. I rebuke the devil. We are going to keep this rolling. Drop in the comments for me. What expertise do you have? What wisdom has God given you freely that you'd be willing to share with others, or that He even is desiring you to share with others? Because a lot of times, what we're willing to share is not what He wants us to share as well, because that's not enough. There's something we have to push past to get to the more, to get to the more of God, and to truly steward the heart of God and the heart that He has for His people. So guys, in the comment section, I'm super curious. I will come back and even watch the replay just to see what's your expertise, what wisdom has God given you that you can actually share with others. If you guys have any questions as well, because I still have a little bit more time, drop them in here as well. If it's regarding our 3-day or even map your book out, drop your questions as well here, so our team can take a look as well. Nicole, you are more than welcome. You're welcome. And look, I love this. Cynthia, overcoming adulthood through a really playful childhood. I love that. I love that. See, there's a lot that you can do with that. There's a lot of people that definitely need help in those areas. You said he gave me a kind heart through trauma. I love that. You know how many people don't have compassion for folks who've been through trauma? That's the thing. There, not everybody's gifted that. There are some people who really just don't understand. So yeah, Sonia, that's a great one. And let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Cynthia. You're welcome. Let's see. Diva Nicole, you said spiritual gifting and encouraging others. I love that. Diva Nicole, make sure to even ask God for to make that more clear to you as well. Okay. The reason why I say that because he'll make it more clear of where in what area to encourage others. Okay, because yes, you can encourage others just in general, but there's normally something very specific that he wants you to also steward when it comes to his people. So make sure when you get a moment, sit at his feet, ask more questions about that. But I love that. Hold on. Oh my goodness, Sonia, you said too many to count. No, that is wonderful. That is wonderful because at the end of the day, what God will do is, like you heard me say, I not only do I work for Beyond the Book Media, but God has even inspired me to have my own blog, and that's where I do a lot of my writing, and I even do real estate here in the state of Georgia. So, Sonia, it's never too many when it's instructed by God. Let me make that make sense. Because God is a God of multiple streams. So, yeah, it's just a matter of knowing which one he wants you to begin with and to start growing that. Once you grow, put that seed in the ground and grow that, and typically it can come out in a book or it can come out in other ways. But yeah, so yeah, Sonia, it's okay to have many. It is okay to have many different ones. God is a God of many in multiplication, but ask him to narrow down for you which one to start building first, which one to start planting first. And I tell you this, he will make it plain as day. Because back in 2016 for me, Sonia, I did my blog first. My blog led to my first book. That book then led to my blog transforming its name, which then led to my podcast, another book, like so much other stuff that's getting also ready to come down the pipeline. So it's okay to have many, because while I do that, I also do real estate on the side as well and share my love and wisdom that God has given me regarding it. So yeah, so you're in good hands. You're on the path. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, you answered it. I see, Sonia. Yeah, Sonia, you're like so many of us, trying to figure it out. Yeah, so ask him which one does he want you to begin with, right? If he wants you to write about it, um which is for most people the start, and the reason why I say for most people the start is because they have to get it out. Once they get it out, they can find their voice, and then he starts putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Now, has he done it simultaneously where they will write the book and then speak engagements will start to come? That has happened for people as well. So just sitting at God's feet, Sonia, asking him as well. All right, Crystal. I love that you said yes. Knowing what to operate is in the gifting is key. This way we are moving with God. I love this, Crystal. Yes. What Crystal said, guys, knowing when to operate in our giftings and what expertise God wants us to share really is the key, because God can layer upon that depending on which one he wants you to start with. And the one he wants you to start with might even surprise you. God might say, go live. and then write, or he might say do both at the same time. God, let him have his way, and I promise you it will make sense later. I promise you it will make sense. All right, Sonia, I love this. Yeah, that's with many of us. Many of us with who have, yeah, testimonies and things that God has brought us through. It's asking him if that the expertise that he wants us to share, how we overcame. How, and when I tell you, yes, that all last year, or even, excuse me, our last challenge specifically, he really, really wanted to talk about trauma. But I noticed for this one, he wants us to teach more. He wants us to share more, right? He wants us to share more expertise with other people. So that way, as we've overcame, as we've learned, we can grab somebody else and show them the way, right? We can show them the way by sharing our expertise, by sharing the knowledge that we so freely have gained from him over time, and building it, seeing if it works and things of that nature. So, guys, that is my time tonight. I don't want to hold you on this lovely Monday evening, but I want to thank you so, so very much for tuning in to this Meet the Family. But like I said, join us for our 3-day writing challenge. Coming up October 1st through the 3rd, it is Map Your Book Out. You can go and register for free, by the way. And I should have said this, go register for free at mapyourbookout.com. If you have friends, family who have expertise, who overcame things and can share it with others, please encourage them to come and sign up. Please share this with them, and especially the ones that God puts on your heart to and instructs you to share it with. Definitely do so, guys, because you never know who you will become a blessing to, who you will become a blessing to, and who they will become a blessing to. Because, like I said, it's all connected when it comes to God. Oh, Cynthia, I love what you said. Dreams are the way that God reveals to us too. Yes, it is. There's so many different ways. God uses so many different senses as well to talk to us about our expertise. We can get it from anything. We can get it from even basic conversations of people who may not even know God, but God uses them. I mean, if God could use a donkey to speak up and talk, I mean, we can get it from anywhere. So, guys, I promise you, you're not going to want to miss this Map Your Book Out. God's getting ready to do something super special, because He wants us to share. He wants us to share all the knowledge that we so freely, that He has so freely given each and every one of us. So, like I said, gem for the night. Again, thank you for tuning in. I am Jacinta Martin, your operations manager here with Beyond the Book Media. I can't wait to see you guys at our 3-day writing challenge coming up in October 1st through the 3rd, and register for free today at mapyourbookout.com. See you guys then. Evening. Bye.